I was going through a period of time in my life where it was a really difficult time. I had separated from my husband and was going through a heavy period of drinking and marijuana use, and just came to a point of where I had injured my back at my job and lost my room where I was living and got to a really heavy point of desperation and realized I really needed help, and went to one facility where I was so desperate I actually tried to kill myself in that facility, and then was transferred to a different facility where I ended up doing my detox, and knew that after I did my detox I still needed more help. So I was lucky enough to find Sovereign. Didn't want to travel too far away, and Sovereign was right here just south of Santa Barbara where I was, and was really pleased to find that it was an inpatient, and that it was going to be something that I thought was really going to help. I'm 54 right now, and I was sexually abused by my father when I was a small child, and lived with a lifelong depression and anxiety and panic attacks and such, which basically led into my teens starting to use drugs and alcohol, and then got married, had 4 children fairly quickly, and was one of those classic at-home moms who I figured, I'm not going anywhere, I'm just going to drink throughout the day. And it got really pretty severe where I would black out at night. I would have to have a little wine in the morning to get myself going, to get my kids off to school, and actually got myself sober for 12 years. But never went through any programs, never went through any kind of thing that really would give me the strength to continue it. And then the marriage started falling apart, and I went through a surgery and a situation of IBS to where my doctors were just basically handing me Vicodin. And then the Vicodin became a pretty strong addiction for about 8 years. And then came the alcohol again, and then the marijuana. And I got pretty desperately bad about 2 years ago. And so, and again, my marriage was falling apart, and I got to the point of where I was just committing slow suicide and knew it. And I really desperately wanted to live and didn't know how. So after the suicide attempt, I really just knew I needed to get some help, and I needed to get into a longer-term treatment than just a short detox program. So that's what led me here to Sovereign. I was scared to death, you know, because it is my first situation, and I felt like it, you know, I was greeted by some very warm, very kind people. Moving into the house, all of the ladies I was sharing the house with were very nice, and slowly I just kind of became a little more relaxed, and I've always been very strong on my mental health care, so I just immediately jumped into the groups and started sharing and started really expressing my experiences. And really appreciated the groups quite a bit. They really helped give me a lot of good tools, gave me a way to open up about a lot of stuff that I was holding on to. And I would say it's been a big help for me. I'm just about on 90 days now, and I know I'm not quite ready to be into the real world yet, but I know that it's given me the tools to make that step forward and transition on to a sober living home, and then eventually being able to just run my life again. You know, because I had not done a rehab situation before, I really didn't have any expectations because I didn't know what that would be like, other than maybe just knowing that, well, we would probably have some group sessions in the mental health facilities where I did. They did do some group type of things, so I expected that. I wasn't expecting how in-depth Sovereign would get in terms of understanding the causes of my usage, understanding the depth of a lot of my pain, giving me good tools to prevent relapse, to deal with grief. My mother passed away while I was here, and it really helped me a great deal to be able to not fall apart by that. Her death was very unexpected. So it really gave me a lot of strength and a lot of good backup to really help me get through that type of situation. The house is a lot of fun. We have a lot of great girls at our house. Now, having been here 90 days, I've seen a lot of girls come and go, and we get a lot of really good close relationships going, a lot of support from each other. When one person may be in crisis, we're all there to help them, you know, talk it out and to really not fall into something that could cause us to maybe go back out and use again. They have been just a tremendous help for me. I've developed a lot of really warm relationships with our girls, and we laugh a lot and we have fun and we cook, and you know, and it's so much fun. Oh, my therapist has just been wonderful. She has really been a terrific support for me. I'm familiar with dialectical behavior, and I asked specifically if they had a counselor who worked with dialectical behavior, and they set me up with Christina, and she has just been tremendously helpful. She's been very warm, very kind, knows when to listen, knows when to give little suggestions to help me, but hasn't really gone so far as to try and really say, well, this is what you need to do, that is what you need to do. That's really for me to find for myself, and she's been just really terrifically wonderful with that. The rest of the staff, all of the facilitators for the groups are very, very strong with what they do. They try and make it educational, but also a lot of times we do have some good fun in our groups too. So that, I think here, it's been a really positive experience for me, and I've really appreciated all the help that I've gotten from everybody here. Well, I'm actually an artist. So when I understood that they had an art therapy available here, I was really excited. And I'm a painter, and a lot of my paintings in the past have been very detailed and very sharp oriented. But because of especially my alcohol use, I started going through problems with my hand shaking. So I was experiencing a lot of frustration trying to do my artwork. But once I got here, I decided I'm just going to start using this shaking hands and create a whole new style of art that for me is just purely expression and actually a journey through my recovery. And I actually have titled the series that I'm doing Shaking Hands, One Woman's Journey to Recovery. And so I've done probably, oh goodness, over 20 paintings since I've been here. And it's just been tremendous for me. And I get to express the feelings at the moment, either anger, frustration, calming, introspection, and it's just been a wonderful ability to be able to use that as a means for my own healing. And like I said, I think I have, goodness, over 20 paintings now that I've done. We have art therapy twice a week, and all the supplies are given to us, and you know, a lot of just kind of basic supplies where I'm used to a lot of really fine artwork. But I've taken the materials that we have and used them in ways that I really find I'm exploring a whole new self, a whole new way of expressing my art. Where before I used to do very heavy compositional type of work, now I'm exploring more expressionistic, abstract, and a lot of different styles that I didn't really think I was capable of, actually. Mm-hmm. So now it's been, for me, like an opening up of a whole new beginning into my art. Mm-hmm. And I'm just really excited by that. It's a lot of fun, and everybody has a good time in the classes, mm-hmm. and you're really allowed to do whatever you feel that you want to do. Mm-hmm. I have a number of paintings here. This one is one of the first ones I did. This is called Heart of the Matter. And it really kind of, I also understand the concept of colors and healing and chakra and such. So the green and the pink are very heart healing chakra points. So I use the green and the pink with this heart one, and then the flame really, to me, represents kind of a burning and a purging of the negative energy within. So that's where this particular painting came from. And then I have this one that's called Smoke and Mirrors, where I tried to give the background not only a smoky effect, but with the glitter added an almost mirror type of effect to it. And so the eyes really represent the smoke and mirrors you think of as magic and illusion. And it really represents my illusion of my own belief that I was okay, but deep inside, my eyes really showed my pain. So that's where this one came from. And then this one here is called Hold On to Yourself. And I'm very much into Buddhist art, and the hands are in a position of meditation. And within that is the burning soul, again, purging the negativity, purging the hard realities of my life. So it's like just holding on to myself while I go through this hard period, and just allowing myself to just release it. And so that's where that one came from. And this one is Light in the Darkness of the Soul. And again, the dark cloudiness of all of the hard things that I've gone through, and knowing that there's that burning spirit in there, that there's this intense self that just is still there, is still just growing and becoming stronger and stronger as I go through this period. And the next one's really interesting. This one's called Rehab Migraine. Because I went through a period of time of where I think during the detox I would have these tremendous migraines. And so this is really just kind of an expression of what was going on in my head and my body at the time. And it was a matter of just kind of throwing out the paint and throwing out the energy and the pain of the arrows behind my eyes, and my migraine would always focus right over top of one of the eyes. So this one was just like, just an expression of needing to get out this pain, needing to just let it go. So that's what that one is.
Wow.
And this is one of my most recent ones. This is called Universal Spirit. And I've always had a fascination with spirals. And spiral is, a lot of mythological understanding, is a symbol of life and the renewal of life and the continuation of life. Well, in this painting, they actually represent stars. And then within the woman, there are various galaxies. And that's the universal aspect of all of our souls. The universal spirit is my higher power when it comes to my healing. So this is an expression of my own search for my inner power, my inner soul. So that's where this one came from. Sovereign Health, I think, is really strong in terms of helping people when they first come in get through their detox, to help them regain the strength within their minds and their bodies to be able to look inside themselves and understand what it is that brought them to that point of such heavy self-destruction. And for me personally, they have been really good at rebuilding self-esteem, rebuilding an understanding of myself, to the various groups have really just been a tremendous help, I think, in rebuilding my soul. From being a very broken person into being able to walk out of here very strong, very I don't want to use the word self-possessed, more self-aware. I think it's been giving me a really good sense of self-awareness and to understand my weaknesses and my strengths. So I see a lot of people go through the program walking in very broken, very lost, and leaving just very, very strong, very self-assured. I think I'm going to take away from here a really wonderful sense of I'm essentially a good person, that I have a lot to give, and that I kind of how do I put this? That I didn't understand myself well enough. And that now I've come to a greater understanding of who I am, and I don't need that self-destructive type of feeling within myself, because I'm just a better person. I'm leaving here feeling a better person. And I'm excited to go back into the world. I actually have plans on going back to college, and that I'm going to study and hopefully come back here and be the art therapist. I would really love to be able to have that opportunity, and I think I could be really helpful in a lot of people's finding their spirit and their soul through art. Even if they've never put a paintbrush to canvas before in their life, that doesn't matter. It's just a matter of being able to express yourself in any way, and to bring out your demons and bring out your good side and bring out the wonderful feelings that are within all of us that we've drowned behind alcohol and drugs and whatever other substances. So I'm really excited at being able to go back and study at the age of 54 and turn my life around to a whole new world. For a newcomer, I would say come in with an open mind, come in with an open spirit. Yes, your first few days, even your first couple of weeks, are going to be difficult because your body is detoxing from all of the stuff that you put into it, but keep going, persevere. Perseverance is a huge thing here. And if you really work the program, if you really engage in the groups, you're going to get so much out of it. There's really just going to be positive stuff that will be really implanted into your soul that you can draw from. And when you're ready to leave, you're going to leave a much stronger person.